Hello, this is a Let's Play in Stranger of Paradise using the Katana on Chaos difficulty, and there's going to be some timestamps in the description, or at least so I hope, and just sort of the heads up, this assumes that you have cleared the base game story. Now, this video will approach things as if we don't have the season pass, but I will still mention things that are available to players that have the DLC or the season pass. And then, as we complete content on Chaos difficulty, then we'll switch into, we'll call it the DLC or the season pass content. So um, there will be some base game stuff that we're doing here, and also this video is not going to be using extra mode to clear content, even though we will still point it out on how you can use it and some of your options there. And as we go across the video, there's going to be times where I flash up my screen and just kind of have we'll kind of go through what I'm working with, but sort of the heads up here is that we're going to be focused on the non-RNG or the non-random part of our build more than the random part of our build, because there's a lot we can do with the non-random part. So also there's going to be some things that we do with the katana. One idea here is that you've kind of gone through the first playthrough and unlocked quite a few jobs, so that you have a selection of combo abilities to choose from, as well as a selection of command abilities that you can choose from, even though I don't really have a selection of command abilities because I rushed this thing, but not rush it fast enough to actually get any speedrun records. So let's look at this together. Also, if you have watched some of the other Let's Play videos, a good chunk of this video is going to be redundant. So, let's say you cleared the game, and you have missions like Terra Tutora, Ebon Memories, the Soul Seeker, that becomes available, or Station 19's Ebon Memories, the Warrior. These missions are, we'll call it challenge missions. They're almost like traps where a player might just finish like, oh, I cleared this Warriors of Calamity mission level 118, and the next thing that I should do is this 123 mission. This is a trap. This is a boss rush that was there to kind of hold players over between DLCs at launch, and if you try to go into it immediately, it tends to be pretty harsh on a lot of players. So for progression's sake, you don't actually need to do this. For achievements, you can come back to doing this, or if you just want to clear, you could set the difficulty to story and casual and just kind of get it done, and then get that Anima crystal. See on the completion rewards where it says Anima crystal and Anima shards? Anima crystals become available after you beat the game, and they're going to be the main currency we use to unlock new missions, um, in order to get more power. And so you could do things like that, or, and this is the thing that's not immediately apparent, is on Chaos difficulty, by default, your cursor will place you directly over Chaos Shrine, illusion at Journey's End. And it's very subtle, and a lot of users will just end up moving it around and not notice that transition. Um, because this is the only mission, without the Season Pass, this is the only mission on Chaos difficulty that is available for free. And then every other mission after that costs an Anima crystal. Now, if you played at launch, you might have already, you know that the grind, so to speak, is nowhere as bad as it is. I'm sorry, let me reverse that. The grind now, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you all. The grind now is nowhere as bad. You don't need 200 plus crystals to actually do the anima crystal of this last one. You don't need that anymore. So just sort of the heads up. I know, history lesson unnecessary, but if you are a returning player, you might be sitting on some anima crystals, and you don't have to preserve them the way you used to. But something that I do recommend is after you get the Anima Crystal, uh, you spend it on the next unlock, the next mission, instead of using it to level up your job trees or level up your gear. Because here's the problem: if you use it on yourself without a new mission to clear, you will have to repeat a mission to get more anima crystals. And we'll say that's a momentum loss versus, hey, I have a new mission that's going to give me 2 crystals or 4 crystals. Sort of the heads up, if you complete a higher mission level, that you get all the previous rewards of all the previous difficulties. So if you're on the final difficulty and you haven't completed one of these missions, you'll get all the rewards from chaos difficulty and the next 2 difficulties up. But because we're not using extra mode, there's going to be some things that we can't easily skip ahead. Also, the heads up in terms of the power level here is item level only makes up one part of the equation now compared to being probably the biggest part of how you keep strong. Because after item level 200, that your item levels stop giving you or don't give you anywhere as much attack and defense. So you might notice, man, these enemies are living longer and I'm dying a lot faster. And that is normal. The devs do intend for you to use your master points, your job affinity, and the smithy in order to keep competitive with what's going on. And we'll see half of the players, unfortunately, still focus on the item level and never quite get that resource or make the connection of your strength, your stamina, your spirit. Those things are really important, and they end up grinding excessively more than what is expected or required as of the yeah. So we're gonna do this without the RNG or minimal RNG. You'll still see me like benefit from things that randomly drop that say, "Hey, I didn't get that," but we're gonna go through without RNG up until we get to Bahamut difficulty, and we're gonna try out one way of playing here. Before we go too much further, a heads up also: if you're doing co-op, that each player unlocks a mission, the same mission, before you try to clear it. Because if if you're already in the lobby as a guest and the host unlocks the mission, you can join them on that mission if you have it available on the world map. But you don't get the first time completion rewards unless you've unlocked the mission too. So if you have a regular co-op partner that you play with, both of you should unlock the mission first in your respective world maps and then join the lobby together. Or if you catch someone like, oh, hey, that's a mission that I want to unlock, you quit the lobby real quick, unlock it, rejoin the lobby best as you can, hope someone doesn't take your spot. Um, or you switch hosts. So host unlocks the mission, and then um, then the visitor gets the host temporarily. Say if you have regular co-op partners, and then they unlock the mission. That's another way of doing it. So just kind of the heads up, so you don't ever have to play the mission twice or 3 times on the same mission level to get all those unlocks for each person that you're co-oping with. Okay, I haven't actually fought anything yet, and I think we're going over to 10 minutes. So another thing that's really important here is um, where am I looking for? The Smithy's features. The Smithy is available on the first playthrough, and we pretty much ignore the Smithy on the first playthrough, except for maybe dismantling something at the very end of the game. But side missions that unlock more features of the Smithy include the Refren Wetlands. There's a Master Tonberry mission, and you can do this even on the first difficulty. And then there's a Mount Gulg mission that has Master Tonberries. and the first time completion rewards are smithy hammers. One of the we'll say both of those smithy hammers are going to help you upgrade your gear effects. So your 5-star gear, or if you have artifacts such as the, like in this case, I have a season pass armor, the Helm of Light. It's already upgraded though, because that's how it came to me. Uh, season pass specific item. Or you can also change the effects. Let's say I look at this Armor of Light and I say, I don't like Spirit. I want Strength. I could. And then I would hit harder physically. So those Smithy Hammers, they're going to play a role as the item level stops making the main difference for our performance. And we'll get to that part a little bit more in more detail as we go further. Let's see here. So let's actually go into the mission. Also, I'm sorry, minor heads up. If you do have the season pass, we're going to come back to this, but you can immediately get anima crystals on this mission, and we'll say it is objectively easy to clear on this mission, or to get those rewards that will then help you get ahead. Uh, did I mention? No, I'm sorry. There's one more thing I forgot to mention here on the world map. So, chaos difficulty. Because we're not using extra mode, and let's say even if you had the season pass, uh, we want to get our mission levels. I'm sorry, we want to get our limit releases for the jobs that we play. And because we're using Katana, we might want to invest in jobs or improve jobs like Ronin or Samurai or Ninja or other Katana based jobs, even like Warrior, Dark Knight, Breaker, um, Tyrant, sorry for the lip smack, things like that. So those limit releases will increase your job level, and your job level will let you invest in more master points. I forget if I said this or not, but let's say I haven't said this. Maybe I forgot already. Your master points, once you go to the job tree, if you press R3 or your right thumbstick inward for gamepad users, I don't know what it is on keyboard, that you get to invest in your jobs and put these stats around. And no harm if you misspend the points, because you can reset them for free, or you can just go up and down without worrying about it, as long as you're at a save point or as long as you're at the world map. So, or if you're in the co-op lobby screen. So just kind of the heads up there. Feel free to experiment. Um, although, even though I say that, uh, your category 1 stats, like strength all the way to luck, but mostly strength to agility for non-gambler, they're going to play the largest role in our performance. And once we can't get any more, like I can't input any more points into strength, it has an orange color letting me know that I'm at the max. If I wanted more damage at this point, I would go and start looking for category 2, or maybe even category 3, like, oh, I'm going to get some parry damage. I would then look for that type of damage. Or if I were stamina, that's my physical defense. This is how I don't get one shot from physical hits. There's different ways, but that's one of them. That's or just not getting broken from physical hits or when I soul shield. Stamina is going to help with their spirit. It's going to help out with my magic defense, as well as my soul shield MP recovery. So let's say I love soul shielding, and you'll see me soul shield a lot. Once my spirit's maxed out, if I wanted more MP from a soul shield, that's when I go and do category 3's soul shield MP recovery. Uh, with intellect, I invest my intellect. That increases my magic damage. So non-elemental magic damage, like when it says element none, that's a form of magic. That's like the ninth element. Um, fire, wind, earth, water, heart. With your okay, no, I'm sorry. So intellect, sorry, brain was frying there. Let's keep going. Intellect is your magic damage, as well as how much MP you get on a normal attack. So let's say that you really want more MP on normal attacks. If you want even more than what intellect offers you after you've maxed out intellect, that's where category 4 comes into play, MP recovery with normal attacks. So this is only after you've maxed out your intellect and you can't get any more. But we're going to try things a little differently. We're going to try to go, um, because we're using samurai, we're going to lean on parries sometimes for MP recovery. And then at some point, we might even just do soul shields. Uh, but I did want to point out the master points and the limit releases. And as you get more levels and increase your level cap, you get to invest even more points and go past what the game expects you to have strength-wise. So we're going to go in. I'm sorry, and then we'll talk about the build for a moment, which is not really much of a build at this point, but let's just talk about it. We're using Samurai because we have the job action, the Mekyo Shisui, where we recover MP if we parry, and we also get a little bit more MP when we do a normal attack. Um, we still could have used Ronin. The stats are a little bit lower right now, but once we get to job level 55, that won't matter very much. Also, the stats are lower because I don't have master points in the Ronin job because I'm not job level 30 yet. Um, I also could have picked Dark Knight if I had it, or Breaker if that was leveled up. It's not. So we're going to stick with Samurai for now. And we're going to also use Ninja as a backup. They can use Katana also. They don't get as much strength. And I realize, well, Ben, can't you just invest in the strength? And I could. Uh, but I'm also not level 30 yet. Sorry. And for the command abilities, for now, and this is just the way I'm going to do things. I have Mighty Strikes that let you bypass some of the enemy's physical defense. I have Lancet. I didn't mean to go to a different screen here. I have Lancet so that I recover some HP, some MP when I bypass the enemy's defenses or exploit their weakness, which Mighty Strikes will do. And then I also have Lunatic because at some point you might see me just go, pardon me, oh, shoot. You might see me go wild and I start just kind of wailing on the enemy. And I want to wail faster, hit them, uh, that type of wail, hitting them wail. And then instead of using regular Lightbringer, I am going to use Chaosbringer from time to time. We'll call it on a boss. I'm probably going to use Chaosbringer, and this is how I end the fight swiftly. We'll call it do or die. Someone's going to die, and my hope is it's going to be my opponent. And then something else we have going on, even though it's not going on yet, is we have the um, we have the ninja job here for sorry, I can't really think of what to do with this. We have the ninja job here because we're going to use ninjutsu so that we can use things like, let me see here. They have an ability called Utsemi that will nullify attacks against me for up to 3 times, it's 3 ticks. So if you end up standing in like magma or lava or poisoned or elemental core stuff, it's gonna go away super fast. But if we get grabbed by like a single big hit, that's gonna keep us alive. So we hope. So we're going to also, before we go full on the offensive, we might even use the Utsemi from time to time. So, as an example, I hold on to my job action button, and on my clock, I can either press, oops, I'm sorry, I move my cursor thing. I think by default for a lot of players, this is going to be like their square or triangle buttons that let them rotate. For me, it's R1 and R2, just because I don't use the other control scheme, haven't. Um, and Utsemi is here, where you leap in the air, and now at the bottom left corner, you can avoid 3 hits. And so let's say that I'm like, oh, okay, this goblin hits me. Ow, that would have hurt me. But, uh, now just a heads up, it even goes away when you soul shield. So, there's sort of a trade-off there. Um, so we'll say that that could help you survive, especially when you go into Sentient stance. Um, so just sort of the heads up here, and oh shoot, I'm not wearing pants. You know what? Let's just leave it. Uh, when you go in the Sentient stance, you hold the normal attack, and as you do normal attacks, these normal attacks, unfortunately, do not recover MP by themselves. They would need job affinities or other stuff to recover MP. But you can also string together with your job action button. For me, that's triangle. For you, I think it might, well, by default, it might be R2 or right trigger on the Xbox. Um, you can keep doing combo abilities back to back like that and start to tear up a boss. And so what we might do is once we have a full amount of MP, we do an Utsemi so that we can avoid a few hits, and then we start doing a bunch of combo abilities on the boss and try to tear them up before we run out of Utsemi. Um, but let's actually go through this mission because we basically have been talking for almost 25 minutes. And I'm going to try out Mighty Strikes and Lancet and just start smacking things. And maybe I shouldn't have done the Mighty Strikes because they're not breaking. So let's see. Also, something I probably should have mentioned is Garo from the Ronin job tree. I feel like I mentioned it, but maybe that was in some other recording that I never posted and probably deleted. Garo is from the Ronin job tree, and that lets you do a combo ability and go into Sentient stance. And so for Katana, one of the biggest things is Sentient stance. And if we're not using Sentient stance, there is a lot of Katana that we're not taking advantage of. It's like using an axe without charging the attack. Um, it's a big part of how to make the Katana stronger. Or feel strong. The other big part is the parry. Let's say that you attack just in time, that triggers a parry in Sentient stance. But this is kind of hard to pull off. And sometimes we do get hit like that. And it's not too impressive by itself. So we're going to combine it with something else. And this is why we're picking Samurai. We're going to combine it with the job action to recover MP. So, Samurai's job action. But then in case we really screw up, we have Utsemi. And then let's say I'm like, okay, let's see if we can parry the flame. So we parry that flame, and then we can just try to move closer with like, alright, I'm gonna get closer, I'm gonna get you. Oh shoot, okay, it died before I did anything. But let's look at this next enemy. Let's try to parry the fire and see my MP, how I get the MP from that successful parry. If I use the job action of Samurai. Now, even though I should run outside, we're going to try to just run through here. Oops. Okay, so I got a little too cocky there. I thought the explosion wasn't as widespread as that. Also, I didn't apply my Utsemi, so shame on me. And, oh, shoot. Also, pick the correct times to actually parry. Okay, then so they get big, then we go that, then get our stuff back. Oh, so yeah, like Utsemi is dangerous here because these little flames can mess us up. Let's go and make some flames. Like if we walk on these flames, it just takes out our Utsemi. So just kind of the heads up there. Oops. Also a heads up, if your break bar gets really low, whoops, you lose your max MP. That's not what I was originally going to say. Let's say your break bar gets low, you could switch to your other job while your first job is recovering, and then they're just different bars that recover. So just kind of the heads up there. I probably should have mentioned that sooner. Some of this stuff is like from the first mission tutorial, and some is, well, different tooltips as we die. Let's see. Let's get it semi-going. And now we're probably just going to try to focus less on the narration and more just killing crap. Do-do-do. What is happening? Shoot, it's running away. Oops. So we'll try to... I don't really need to. And I feel pretty slow here without Lunatic and Haste and the Dragoon 400% from other stuff. But whatever. We keep going. And ideally, we, for safety reasons, should use the cubes down here. That fall hurts. But we okay. Oh, another thing. And I keep forgetting if I've mentioned this or not. The main reason we're going solo is because the enemies will have less HP and break gauge, but also something I've noticed of a lot of Katana players in Stranger Paradise is that they tend to remove their allies. And so we are doing that too. Whoops. Even if... Okay. We need to... Oh, shoot! I'm using Chaosbringer. I forgot about this. So, Chaosbringer, you can just kind of go nuts. And just kind of keep using the combo abilities over and over. Except we'll probably choose a better combo string than that. And now we're getting attacked by these jerks. Whoops. I realized I left some gear up there. We're going to try to soul shield our way back up to full, whatever it is that I'm trying to say here, to full. Oops, I missed that one. Ah. And you would not know that, from my performance here, you would not know that I had a decent understanding of the game. But only decent. Okay. So those enemies are dead, and we're making our way to downtown. Wait, why is my menu not working? Is it because I'm in a cutscene, dudes? Dude, why do you say dude? Why don't you say my guy? Or my friend? Or, you know, don't believe Ondor's lies. Let's keep going. Am I running? I'm running. Why are you running? Okay. So at this point, I should fight those skeletons. Those knuckleheads, those boneheads! Let's do it semi before we go into battle. And then let's even do... Let's just buff up all the buffs. So we got hit once. That's danger. And let's see who shows up when we open this chest. That skeleton is still here. Let's switch one of our combo abilities around. Oh, I got some, whatever that was, chaos equipment. I know what it is. It's just, it's stuff that has magical powers. We're not actually going to go and find it, but... So I'm choosing some combo abilities that are... Oh wait, I screwed up. Oka... Yuki Kemari... Sentient Stance, Sentient Stance, Sentient Stance. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Sentient Stance, sorry. So we'll do 2 longer combo abilities, and then one that hits hard but costs a lot of MP. There's a Tonberry in that room. So dangerous. Probably a lot of XP. Is there a Cactuar here? There's no Cactuar. A little orb that we forgot to unlock. Let's save. Let's look at our master points real quick, because I think... Not master points, the ninja job. Because we haven't invested in stuff. And so now, I'm going to... Well, first I'm going to use the cubes. I'm going to use Utsemi. And then when I go in there, I'm probably going to go kind of nuts with the damage. So let's see. I'm actually going to sacrifice Lancet for Summon Tachi, because we're going to go full glass cannon on this boss and see what happens. Also, another thing is we could look through our gear just to see if there's any other pieces of gear that increase our strength in the end. And just kind of like, I'm looking at the right side of the screen to see if my strength goes up as I flip through the gear. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. And if it doesn't go up, then, crap, it's lower. So I still want the item level here. And this is kind of, we'll call it being meticulous in terms of trying to figure out where my strength is going to come from. Uh-oh. Did I get rid of something? Oh well. And so, not that much more strength, but we're going to do, and this is very risky here, we're going to do Utsemi. We're actually even going to do Kanashibari to paralyze the enemy. And then we're going to do a Lightbringer once we get in there. Maybe even a Lightbringer, I'm sorry, Chaosbringer. So none of our MP, none of our abilities cost MP. And then we're going to kind of go nuts and just kind of go wild. Go wild, Jed. So we did get hit. Kanashibari is about to end. We get saved one time. And we'll call it, this is a bit exaggerated because this was Chaosbringer helping us out. But if you don't finish the fight, be prepared to soul shield your way back up. So maybe next boss fight we're going to try it without Chaosbringer just to see how that could or should have played out. Even though I don't actually want to do this on the Western Keep, but so now we have two Anima crystals. Whoopie friggin' do. But we might actually have more because we fought against some enemies and unlocked those. Now, unfortunately, I don't have enough Anima crystals to get all of this stuff. So I'm going to go for just the one that has Samurai. Maybe I want to push this a little further. Let's do the 180. Now, here's an issue. Our gear is not up there. And this is going to be very painful for us for a while. Am I still recording? I feel like I just heard something that's... Okay. So, the beginning of this mission is going to be very painful for us. Now that we have some Anima crystals to do stuff with. Or we did. But let's do Itsemi to kind of stay alive. And we're going to try to break these enemies best we can. Use Mekyushi Sui. Try not to get grabbed. Oops, I got grabbed anyway. And that Itsemi's covering us. We're going to just run away. We're getting overwhelmed. Watch out for the goblins with the rapid fire. Super dangerous. Super dangerous. Probably shouldn't fight in a way that I get surrounded by multiple enemies. Especially the rapid fire goblin. Super, like I said, super dangerous. And I think I need the soul shield to get some max MP going. Whoops. I did Garo and interrupted it with the Sentient Stance attack. So at this point, I'm not really breaking the enemy, but we're going to check our gear once we either die or make it to the next save point. Just because I don't like checking my gear in the middle of running around like this. Even if we have stuff that's better than what we got. Are you going to disappear on us? So yes. Oh, didn't even see you there. Hey, fancy seeing you here. Oh, probably need to get a semi going. Let's switch jobs so we don't get... Oops. Oop, rapid fire. Back up. Getting swarmed. Ah, darn. Going to die. No. Let's get somewhere safe. And I am a vengeful person, so let's... You jerk. Try to ambush me. get Utsemi going. That is not Utsemi. Let us waste time here. Fight me. Fight me, demon! Turn your back to the enemy because we are just that cocky. Let's get one. Let's do fire. Darn. Okay, I feel like there was one still left. You are a jerk, and I'm going to avenge myself. I almost died. Sorry. I'm like just so scared. Now I'm like I'm a mere mortal trying to wield my katana. I tossed away my sailor girl suit in order to all my shoots, and then let's just Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting to let's just jump through this class. No, I keep forgetting to use Mekyu Shisui for the parry MP recovery and trying to go for the parry. Why do I keep forgetting that? Okay. So now we check our gear, and I'm trying to avoid the optimize because it's going to try to equip stuff that's just it's going to try to equip my armor of light, which I would love, but we're not going to do that. Let's see. Alright, so item level, we're still at a penalty because we didn't find a gun that was better. Let's do Itsemi. But at least they should break a little easier. I see a katana that we just got, so next save point we're going to swap to it, even though we could benefit and swap to it now. You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you? So, let's equip that katana. And now we have average item level. We lost a lot of strength, I think, just now, but let's use Itsemi behind this wall in case we get attacked. Oops. Okay. Running low on MP, but we go for the ranged goblin first. Could go after him. Now we have full MP. Did I mention we weren't going to use Chaosbringer on this next boss? Yeah, I regret saying that. But we're going to try it at least once. And maybe in the second phase we will try not to die so miserably. And then if we can't beat it in like 2 or 3 tries, we'll see if we could do a go wild on Chaosbringer. We'll try to bait the boss from the side to do normal attacks instead of a rush, and that sort of thing. Oh, it's semi. Alright, I didn't know I could hit that far. Come down here, skeleton, if you want a piece of this. Here, take a little. Uh-oh, look at that jerk. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. Like, I forgot what my other combo abilities are. And I think right now they're not... Oh, shoot. Look at that piece of gear. Oh, that's just orange. Power spritz. I probably should save some of my MP for the battle ahead. Let's see here. We could run past all the enemies to get the door key, but we're going to trust that we don't need the stinking door key. We're going to try some Kanashibari to get paralysis, imbue paralysis on our weapon, and see if we can... forgot. Sorry. Go for the ranged enemies first. Because if they get a rapid fire off on you, it is very much over. Ah, shoot. Huh. What's going on there? So yeah, ranged enemy goes first. Dundara! Oh, I wanted that one. That cat is loafing. I'm all for that. Okay. Well, get seriouser, Ben. Get seriouser. Okay. Let's try. I do see an artifact that showed up here. The, this one. Except that, unfortunately, a lot of our stuff is going down on it. This is a long door. Elevators. Am I right? So 15 seconds on this elevator. No? Okay. So we're going to try this without Chaosbringer first. And if we do, we don't want to die as quickly. So we're going to use Lancet. Where are you? Oh, here you are. And we're probably not going to use Lunatic either, because that'll get us in trouble. So we're probably going to use Counter. Oh, shoot. Second job needs to be leveled up. Soul Shield would have been nice. Okay. Now let's do some stamina. Okay. So, second job here. Do we have anything that gives strength? Nope, no. Okay. So, we're going in. And I'm missing a little bit of HP, even though that would have been fine. I'm going to try Mighty Strikes, Lancet, Utsemi, and then even a Kanashibari, and then a Mekyo Shisui. Oh, got hit. Kanashibari wore off. Try to get a... going for the rush. Let's get Itsemi back up. Try to keep him on his side so that he doesn't rush as often. I think Mekyo Shisui ran off. Jerk. And then before you go back on the offensive, let's do it. It's Semi. Darn it. It's so quiet. You jerk. And then, what are we gonna do? Let's do a Mighty Strikes and another Utsemi, and let's even try a Kanashibari. But really trying to go for that parry. Which we are doing very poorly on. Shoot. Yeah, we are not doing very well on that parry scene. Absorb that for later. Let's get Mekyo Shisui going. Phantoms, do the wind thing, try to take them all out. Because they all suck. And we're just absolutely terrified of multiple phantoms. Because that kind of crap could happen. Oh, there's too much crap going on. Oh my gosh, guys, I just we opened that, I'm like, shoot, I'm not gonna do that. Chaosbringer, I miss you. Okay, so, yeah, that's how it's done. It's so easy. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so, next time we're going to call it the Utsemi Chaosbringer route, because I am not skilled enough to consistently make a non-Chaosbringer route work. And there are just some bosses that I am not proficient in. Like, I'm like, oh, shoot, here's one that looks kind of nice. But, hold on, actually, what kind of gear did we get? Most importantly, I think I saw something very nice, which was, who am I kidding? We're going to repeat. Oh, that's what's going on. My stamina is super low, and I am not used to playing with that low of stamina. Let's go with this piece of gear anyway. But stamina, that infers that you're going to get hit, doesn't it, Ben? Like, well, yeah, you don't need armor if you don't get hit. You're right, but oh my gosh, that spirit is horrible. Oh, I forgot. It's a samurai. So basic jobs and advanced jobs until job level 55, their stats are below what is expected. And once for this high of mission level, sorry, why am I on Tiamat? Cavern of Earth? Is that where the next thing is? Ah, crap, 215. Um, so the missions have been unlocked, and I want to get my stats up a little bit more. And I guess here's a problem is now I can actually level my stuff up. Wait a minute. Didn't I get Samurai just now? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. DLC 1 patch changes stuff. Things moved around. Anywho, I can at least now level up my Samurai a little bit more. Granted, I don't get very much going on here. So, but maybe I can help out my ninja a little bit, even though I'm using it already. Um, lunge forward. Soulshin. Uh, so yeah, let's do this next mission. It's going to be a bit painful because we don't have the gear level to do the 215 version, but we want that samurai job up there. And you might actually see me just run past things this round after I get a decent amount of gear going on. But we're gonna do, let's do Itsemi just because I am afraid of death. Are you afraid of death? No, Brigid. I was born for it. You were born for death? Yes. Okay. Okay. Can I soul burst you? Yes. Let's soul shield. Yeah, this one's not going to be soul bursted. Oh. I am flat out poisoned. So dangerous. So dangerous. But at least we have a headpiece and some other stuff. This poison, though. Let's get it set me up. That's a lot of skeletons. I see you. Oh, darn. Whoop. Fly. I don't know where my soul... Okay, Fly like a bird. Ben, we didn't come to your stream to hear you sing. But now that you have... No, crap, I'm getting my butt kicked. It's Emmy. Get off of me, you jerky jerk. I need to pick a better, something that goes further. I stepped in that poison again. Where is the nearest save point? Oh, that is... You ain't slick. So, yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, all you need to do is do the little parry thing, and then you just see me not do a parry after that. Ah, crap. I'm going to die. It would help if I didn't keep running into things. Like new enemies. Oops. Ah, no. No. We are going to die. Did I just get poisoned? Oh my shoots. No. Let's face the music. So let's see if we could run by everything. Just because we don't want to use those cubes. We have 3 more scrolls. Thinking about Chaosbringer. Oh well, fall damage is fun. Running by all the enemies just to get to the save point. Would things be easier if we had allies to die in our place? The answer is maybe. Maybe. Ow! Ew. I am a vengeful person. But I don't know if I want to waste everyone's time doing that. But let's check our gear. And try not to equip the armor of light here. So we got some, ooh, headpiece there. Rogue jacket, even more strength. Gloves. Glug, 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 glug. Let's go with the 214 would be nice, just from item level standpoint. This is unfortunate. Some of the pieces. Okay. Did I say I was a vengeful person, that I don't want to waste anyone else's time? Well, I am a vengeful person, and I realize it is not the literal same skeleton that was up there that swung at us while we were running by, but I cannot let this slide. I cannot let this slide. And I feel that you deserve to re-die. Now, you get to live as long as you don't hit me. Because, that's how we do things. In Cornelia. Whoops. It would help if I actually swung it the right direction. Is there an enemy? Okay, let's do this. Let's do Mighty Strikes. And Lance it. Let's just do that. I can't see. Oh shoot. Wait a minute. Something is fishy about this hole. Oh. Yeah. This is the fake out hole. There's a griffin in here. With Timmy in the corner. What treasures do you have, Hippogriff? Not very much that we can use. Climb. Climb, Neon. And then put on an eye fold or an eye patch or whatever it is that I'm trying to say, and you can B2B. Oh shoot. Where are we? There we are. We're back from whence we came. Going down, getting kind of motion sick. Spinning the camera. Oh, okay. Focus pen. Let's do Itsemi. Let's do Kanashibari. Let's do Mighty Strikes and Lancet. And then let's go wild. And why ever this Lobo did not help their ally, that was a mistake that they will soon regret. I am not a Lobo. Then what are you? A wolf. Oh, I see you. Let's do Itsemi just in case. And then a Kanashibari. And then Mighty Strikes and Lancet. Did I just equip do the same thing twice? Oh shoot. I think I did. I'm sorry, I did say go for the ranged people first. And then now I'm just not following that advice. So let's back up a little bit. Okay. Now for you. Let's do Itsemi. Just because you're kind of scary. Wait a minute, I should be doing a parry. Oh, okay. Maybe, I don't have any more tools. I broke your beak? Oh no. Get down here. Here's some trinkets. Oh, sorry. This is what happens when you spend like 300 hours being a spawn killer instead of playing the game as a mortal. run by you. I don't have the wall ready, but this is what we're gonna do. I will raise you and hope that that you can't push past the wall. And I thank you, little griffin. I'm just gonna wait for you to get pushed off. Wait a minute. Yeah. That's how it's done. Okay, so we got the gear. We got some gear. And yeah, let's use these cubes. Hey, cubes. Just random anima crystals. I think we got enough item level for this next part, right? We didn't really get anything that would whatever. More soul shield MP recovery. That's nice. Oh, shoot. Artifact. Let's do it. I'm sorry, wait, hold on. Our level. Okay, we're about to level up. So maybe I shouldn't run by all these enemies so often, except that, oh, pardon me. Get the loots, get the loot. And, yeah, not much of a, I'm not making this look very good. Let's do Chaosbringer next round, and, not on this boss, not on this thing though. Let's do Utsemi, Mighty Strikes and Lancet, and then go in for the then the Malboro dies, it's connected. So you get those anima crystals for the Malboro's death. And then we are going to glass cannon this next part, so Lancet, not Lancet, sorry. Lunatic, summon Tachi for now because we don't have Bravery. Chaosbringer, Mighty Strikes. We're not even using Samurai particularly correctly. Kanashibari. And then we try to go in and see if we can get them. Okay, the way we ended up doing this was not using the Mighty Strikes effect. Whoop. Oh, shoot, I screwed up. I tried to get out of that in time. We just got completely... What am I doing? Oh, I used like the absolute worst friggin' version of this. So I screwed up. Okay, let's see if we can salvage this. Once this curse wears off, we have no MP to even lose. We got nothing to lose, Freds. Ah, darn it. Okay, so now this next round we do have to fight more legitimately. My biggest mistake was going in for the putrid thingamajig. That was a big mistake. Something that was also that we've learned here is that what's the word called? I don't need to spend this. Is that the Mighty Strikes was we were doing more. What's the word called? We were doing more break damage than anything else, so we're going to lean into the break damage route just for this boss. Let me see here. Sorry, drawing a blank. We're going to Chaosbringer in the middle of the boss room instead. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. Oh my gosh. And then he just left, just threw our coat pants up. So now we're going to soul shield more methodically, and we're going to try this with less risk instead. I'm using counter for now. Oh. Let's take out the ads. Whoops. Darn it. Okay, I need to think about this better. Earthquake's going. Whoops. Oh my. Wow, this is not a very encouraging Katana video, is it? Uh, like, Ben, would you have this trouble with other jobs? Yeah, maybe. Let's do it's semi. Can we parry all this? Nope. That was a mistake. Oops, can't see crap. Think, Ben, think. Oh, shoot! I didn't think he could actually do 2 bangas in a row. Okay, not looking good. Not a good sign. Not a good look, Ben. It's okay, it doesn't matter how you look, as long as people get to see you actually friggin' struggle while you figure this out. Let's think about this. Wait a minute. Oh my crap. Oh shoot, my second job was low. Is that why I've been getting broken? Probably not. Okay. Probably not the case reason at all. But let's do this. Let's head back to the thing. We're gonna do glass cannon approach one more time, but we're gonna try a quicker Ascension stance thing. As ugly as this is going to look, this is the route that we're going to go. Um, so let's see if we can uh, tear the boss up at least on the first phase. We're gonna risk it all. Hope that we don't get bind good out there. Not the most glamorous looking thing. Oh crap. Now we have no MP to start this next phase. Um, that's weird. Let's see if we can build up. Can you just attack me so I can soul shield my way back up? Hmm. I keep choosing the wrong direction. I'm sorry, that wasn't, let me do this before poison hurts me. I'm not sure what I was thinking there, and I am not making Katana look very good. If that is not an instillment of confidence. I feel like I'm having this weird rematch back in DLC 1 when I was going against Lich for like 4 hours. Uh, with the trials maxed out and just getting my butt kicked. And I'm reminded of that. Okay, now we have this samurai up to level 99. We can invest even more points to more strength, right? And we even got more anima crystals. I'm not bitter at all. Yes, yes, we're not bitter. What is happening in the Discord here? Excellent. And then there's this laughing person and a superhero with this lightning and some guy with, oh, I think that's the Shadowbringer. I'm sorry. I should not be looking at the Stranger Paradise Discord. Okay, so let's look at how long has this video been going. Almost 2 hours. Now, realistically, we need to, should get Ninja up there too, but I don't want to just keep like pushing this up because we use Ninja enough that we'd like to benefit from that job. Something that maybe we can do. Well, I'm sorry. At this point, you would then be ready for because you're above mission level, your equipment level is 200 or higher, you would more or less be ready for the light of possibility. And look at me trying to get my bearings again. This is okay. And so we are going to. What are we gonna do here? We're going to. That was ugly. That was an ugly victory. But we're going to go into this light of possibility anyway. And then we're going to use Utsemi and try to fight this. So, I'm sorry, this is where the season pass would come into play. Without the season pass, you would do a side mission and maybe try to get some XP that way. I'm going to try to skip the cutscene I'm going to try to go for Utsemi, even though he's going to go for a Radiant Slash or a Shining Wave and just kind of kick my butt across the room. But we're just going to try this anyway. So Utsemi, and then... And so that's kind of how the fight could go, except this is a, you know, uh, the fight that, I say that fight you cannot game over on that fight. Um, and then you get a full set of like 200 gear plus an extra 100 anima crystals plus this go into the next story mission, which we're going to skip, even though you get to see some of the text that I hope that you didn't read in time. And then we're going to go in here, and you're going to do the Utsemi, and then the Kanashibari, and then you're going to go, oh yeah, then oh shoot, and then put a Samitachi, and then as you go into the room, you're going to, you don't have to, but skip the cutscene before any of your viewers find out what's going on. Oh shoot, too late, they saw too much. And so all that buffing, none of that actually mattered, but it kind of felt cool. And so next thing we do is we unlock this, and then you get a prompt that tells you what you can do and how you are supposed to progress and all the other little features that you've unlocked, and a prompt to go to Bahamut difficulty. And at this point, you can then unlock the same friggin' missions at a higher difficulty and get Samurai, like Samurai 300, or whatchamacallit. But let's do this to kind of accelerate things because I'm just an impatient individual, even though I patiently got my butt kicked. We're going to do Azure Memories, the Rebel, not for the dragon treasures, not specifically, but to get a crap load of anima crystals ahead of time. You don't have to do this. I am doing this because this video is getting long. Dragon King multiplayer, yeah, Bahamut. And then before doing this specific mission, I'm going to save a preset. Stop it. You know what? This video might actually get longer just to redeem myself. There is no redemption, Ben. There is only pain and suffering. I'm going to turn up my trials to make things horribly uncomfortable. I am going to... there's a reason for this. So, the only one I'm leaving alone is going to be the buff duration and the MP cost. Let me see. Do I have the flea? I want flea. Do I have that? I probably have it. So, for this next part, specifically for this video, well, not specifically, I'm going to use mage as one job and ninja on the other. I am going to have flea here. You flea man! And I'm going to do the rebel with these trials just maxed out, mostly because I get some dragon treasure, but really I get to complete one mission level 400, and this exchange shop here, once you refresh it, then it'll have 400 gear, which we don't actually care about because we're not going to be farming for dragon treasure. But you need dragon treasure to progress the conversations with Bahamut in order to... I'm sorry. Yeah, I said it. To progress conversations with the NPC, and we'll end up covering why we chose mage as we get closer to the point. Now, we chose ninja here. I'm sorry, and the conversations will let you progress the story that ultimately lead to the next DLC, the next difficulty. So you do not have to complete the world map, just as you saw me not have to complete the chaos map. So yeah, mage, ninja, we're using Utsemi, so in case we run by something and get hurt, we don't die. We're using flee, just for convenience, just to speed this whole thing up by like 30%. I feel like flee has lasted longer than it should. drop down from the ladder. And then at this point, just make sure that it's semi-still on. I'm going to use Flee anyway. Open this chest. And I usually like to run back whenever I'm making this video. And totally not doing a retake of this whole video. Whoops, shoot. It would help if I knew where the ladder was. And then we run over here, ignoring all the chests, because now the chests only drop crests. And then we use the cubes before we get started. And the reason we have Mage out here is because whenever you cast a spell and you start holding the button, you start getting MP back. Regular Mage, not Black Mage or Sage, but regular Mage. So I'm going to try to push these jerks off with Aroga, and as I'm holding my MP, there is an issue here. I don't actually have the stupid thing maxed. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have had max MP recovery trials, so this is an issue here. Let's switch out the ninja and just go baton. Whoops. That didn't do anything. Anywho, that's how we do it. We get electrified and then go for a swim as the map ends. Alright. None of that happened. We get our dragon treasures to unlock a bunch of conversations. We get the first time rewards, but most of all, we get those Anima crystals. So it's like, hey, that's kind of nice. Now, something else that we can do is, let's say that we're just trying to like, hey, I want to get ahead on gear just a little bit. A heads up, this is not going to actually give you a super advantage. The biggest part about what I'm about to do is I just don't have to like refarm constantly. I'm sorry, let me rephrase this. I get to use the smithy instead of like gradually increasing my gear level. So, for the dragon trials of this next thing, I'm going to turn on the MP cost thing, and I'm going to reduce the break damage, I'm going to reduce the enemy stats, and I am going to make sure that the negate armor effects is not on, because those suck. I'm also going to not have the enemy gradually recover HP. And so this next thing is just me trying to accelerate, trying to skip ahead of stuff. And I'm going to unlock Marksman up. I'm going to use 400 treasures on that. And then I'm going to do Samurai and Ninja as well. And then this next part, I am switching over to... We'll save the little mage thing, even though there's not like much going on there. This next part, I am switching to the Marksman. Take aim. And I don't have the ability Starlight. Not yet. And if I have it on a gun... Oh my shoot, I absolutely have it on a gun. Let's say RNG was not that kind to me, and I don't have it on a gun. Okay. Yeah, let's say RNG was not that kind to me. I bought all those limit releases just now so that I could, theoretically, invest in just enough points to get Starlight. But first of all, I need to be, like, we'll call it level 47, maybe. And I need to, level 47 should let me get this to 330%, which unlocks all of these gun combo abilities, thanks to the gun, oh shoot. Oh wait, sorry, I also need to fill out the job tree first. And you might be asking, what the heck is he doing? This is a Katana video. Why is he doing this? And so the answer is we're going to maybe just try to get some gear and just to not have to gradually upgrade our gear along the way. So we're using Marksman here. We have the investment to ultimately get Marksman 400% so that you unlock all the gun combo abilities, and that would let you do Starlight without any RNG. It's just here. And then we're putting it on the first link so that we restore MP based on magic damage dealt. Now, the main reason why we're doing the Stymied next is so that we can also get more crystals, if I can find the mission. And I think this is unlocked in the Cavern of Earth, like that last save, or there was a part that I ran by. There were some wolves that I ended up dropping down. I'm sorry, I did not drop down 3 times, and then there's a wall on the left. I absolutely should have covered it before I did this. And if it's not there, which it probably is, that would unlock the Stymied, which is here purely for us to get even more dragon treasures. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. The dragon treasures is not why we're doing this. We're actually doing this to get more anima crystals quickly. So, season pass kind of thing. We're going to run by all the enemies, and then, hopefully I still have the graphic up, and then we're going to see this beautiful map that I totally drew in Mick Paint or Miss MS Paint, or sorry, Mick Paint. Oh my gosh, that's what, 35 years ago. So yeah, this is a map of this map. We're at the cubes right now, and those 4 dots, those are the enemies that are kind of like those 2 enemies and the goblin. And there's another goblin hanging out there. So this is the map where we're gonna ultimately make a U shape, grab the key on the right there, and then go all the way down to the bottom of this little shoe, whatever this is, and end up attacking the Malboro. And we're going to do the aim that has Starlight on the Malboro. But we're using Ninja to Utsemi, run by all the enemies. Ideally, we should use a flee command, except that I do want some MP for the boss here. So, not the boss, but the enemy at the end. The Utsemi's here to cover us in case we get smacked by one of these goblins, which they absolutely would smack us, given the chance. Look at that assault twister. That is so scary. That's so scary. And this is pretty dark. You mean the game is like dark? Oh, I mean, both the game, the story, yeah. Anywho, once you're here, you try to hold normal attack, and then hold your combo ability button, and just kind of hold on until this Ghostbuster thing, and hope that the enemy doesn't fly out of range. And we're just stun locking the enemy until they're gone. Then you soul burst them. And you get some higher level gear that may help out a little bit. There are other ways to do all of this a little faster, but doing this mission at least one time to get all the little extra anima crystals, so that's really nice. And then at this point, I can then invest in my job. Now, before I do that, let's make sure we unlock the next mission level. So, Bahamut mission level, whatever the samurai is, crap, that's pretty high. 360, and then also the Cavern of Earth, unlocking the one that has the samurai, since we're using that one. Ideally, we'd unlock the ones that have ninja as well, sort of the heads up. Memories of Water is giving us all the previous difficulty rewards, and then if we go high enough, we could get that ninja as well. And but let's look at our gear as well. Let's see what we have here. Going back to samurai. Well, let's save this as a preset in case we decide to whoop out the Marksman again. So normally you would go through and methodically replace your equipment, but I just, like I said, just kind of jumped ahead. Samurai. The gear, we don't have super much. Oh, we got this one. Got some gloves, got some legs. No feet. Okay. Oh, got a little bit more strength. Oh wait, I was using stamina earlier, wasn't I? Let's go with the... Let's wing it. And the ninja, throwing some gear on. Do we have pretty much the same stuff? More or less. Oh wait, the hero sabatons. Let's see. At this point, I don't feel guilty equipping them because they're. You shouldn't feel guilty at all. Um, so, what do we have here? Let's throw in more stamina for now. And we still have our horrible, wretched version of like, Gato, Gato, Gato. Let me see. Mission level. So we have equipment level 314 now, which is still not really enough to get the job super done here. But something that we can do is we can invest more. Sorry, let me actually unlock this mission level 400 just for giggles. Something that we can do is spend our Anima crystals to level up our samurai a lot more, that's a lot. And we can even do so for the ninja and try to get our ninja higher. And the main reason we do it for the ninja is so that we start to use Chaosbringers and soul shields. So I want my Chaosbringer to last longer, so I'm gonna use, even though it's only 10% longer, it's still longer. And then when I soul shield, I get more MP back, or soul burst the enemy, I get a little bit more MP back thanks to that increased MP limit boost rate. And then also the soul burst MP recovery. It's not that much, but it does help. And then we'll say just defensively, I might just have some stuff to stay alive in case my semi wears out and that kind of stuff, and maybe even take a hit. So very, very much buff oriented. Maybe I even want my buffs to last a little bit longer. So something that we could do. And then on the samurai, we want more destruction. And maybe we want, I don't know, just some stats. Not too much. Maybe we want to chain cancel every once in a while. I also don't want to die in one hit, so stamina and some spirit. So I realize that's like you put all your stuff in the first thing. And then we'll do some parry MP recovery, because maybe one of these days we might actually parry. And then also some damage taken at max HP so that I'm not completely destroyed. So I might even sacrifice some... Nah, it's okay. Nah. Let's see, did I... Oh, I barely even leveled up here. So some damage taken at max HP so that I don't get completely destroyed. And then, looking at our gear, I don't have all the pieces that I really want yet. But ideally, maybe I don't want them to share the same piece of gear. And so I'm going to just, for now, invest in... Did I miss something? I'm going to take a level penalty for now in the second job, because I'm going to invest in maybe the Neon's Neon. My Samurai's gear. I'm going to invest in that. So the chest piece, the hands, and the legs, I am going to use the smithy. And I'm going to regret just dismantling everything, because in this video I hope that I really don't have to come back to the save too often. Maybe I'll sort it by level and lock things in first. So yeah, let me sort it by level, lock in at least the highest things on each of this stuff so that I don't completely screw it up. And then if you are into aesthetics, kind of locking your other gear along the way here. What am I looking for? Select all. Select all. Oops, select all. Discard. And now I'm going to change the effects of... I probably should change the effects of my katana, but we're going to go for the higher level gear pieces first. So, strength. If you want a balance of stuff, then you'll do strength, stamina, and spirit. But we'll call it glass cannon ourselves here to some degree, even though that might be a horrible mistake later. Something else we could possibly do. Yeah, we're going to glass cannon ourselves. Something else that we could have possibly done is do this without Chaosbringer. That would have been nice, safe, a little bit more soul shielding. Could have been fine. Why isn't Ben doing that? And the answer is, he doesn't know. Why is he talking about himself in third person? I don't think he knows that either. Does he? Oh, he could. But does he want to know? Don't tell him. Don't tell him anything. Okay, fine. So, we are looking at, let's say regular parry MP recovery. So that some of these times when we're not in Lightbringer, and I'm usually not at max break these days. So we upgrade some of these effects for now, even though they're not on the ideal pieces of gear that we really want. Do you really mean it, Stimpy? Sorry, train of thought. So these pieces of gear, they're going to be some of the ones that we keep for a while until we find like a lot better gear. The gear that we smith, and I'm just going to place a marker on it so I remember specifically which ones they are. And then on the second job, ideally, I would have loved to have actually, what's the word called? I can't even think right now. On the second job, I would have loved to have more Lightbringer duration and stuff like that. But I also don't like repeating missions, even though we might end up repeating a mission. So let's save at least this much on our stuff. And another thing, maybe we'll just talk to Bahamut and see how far he got us in the story from those 2 missions alone. I realize this video is getting a lot longer. Oops. Take up your token to do the courage, embracing chaos, or whatever the heck this is called. Uncontrollable force. A world of darkness. Singular vision. It's but a vision. Break. Dragon King's past. Did I skip the scene? Oh, shoot, sorry. Meddlers. Don't know how far I'm going. Let's see. What has been... I don't know how far we're gonna get in all these conversations. We still might have to do some missions, um, but the hope is that we maybe get Bahamut squared away. So, uh, so this is the like, oh, hey, here's the next mission that you're supposed to do thing popping up. Now Dragon Trials, we are going to keep them low because we don't want to get completely destroyed here. And then, let's see here. We're going to do... maybe we won't do any trials. Um, we're going to fight this trial at the lowest mission level available here. The goal is that you're at least job level 80 or higher, and have gear level 241 or higher. Um, if we really wanted to push it, we could try to do something else. But so what do we got here? We got Flea, we got Lunatic, we got all sorts of stuff, Ben. Um, let's try to get Bravery in here. So we are going to try this out with Utsemi, with Kanashibari. We're going to do a Lunatic, run it in there, even though we probably should have done that. Oh shoot, we screwed up. And then this next phase, we're probably going to Soul Shield a little bit first, to try to just get some max MP going. And then maybe by the time we've Soul Shielded just enough, let's do Itsemi, Kanashibari. Now we go nuts. And then he's dead. And I realize this is not entirely fair. What the heck? But, so a little bit of prep. And I am just abusing the one move, as unflashy as that is, just to get the clear. Because... And now we have the Cornelius Mission Hope. All these missions that just unlocked, plus some conversations with Bahamut, the power of summoning, which gives you access to the summoner job affinity can start dropping on the world map. That really helps once you have that going. Then we also found a rat tail, which allows you to unlock a new set of jobs. That's very nice. So, I'm sorry, I say new set of jobs, I really mean classes. So let's look at that for a moment. The class tree is now available. Summoners unlocked. Rat tails can be bought at the exchange shop. All this other crap that's popping up that at this point people might have forgotten that there was a second Chaos Shrine, that ancient Chaos Shrine mission that showed up. Under the job tree, we now have Genji and Yojimbo. I guess Heike is not very popular. So we have Genji here, that every time you chain cancel, you restore some MP while the ability is active. Or you have the Yojimbo route. It does consume more MP, but if you get hit in such a way that it would cause you to flinch, you take no damage. But if you don't flinch, that hit could kill you. So we're going to do Genji on this route, and I'm going to go for the strength. And ideally, if I go far enough, I can get this other thing where if I do a forward attack, and then I do my combo ability, it goes a little faster. So those types of things kind of nice. Heads up on these class trees. The only thing that transfers over between the two class trees are the master points. So if you even if you end up using Genji full time or the other one, that the master points transfer, but then everything else is only active when you have that class active. And just sort of the heads up, you still get everything in the root tree, and then you get the stuff in the class tree on top of that. And the way that you equip them, even though it just told me just now, is you go up to the battle settings, click on, oh, I say click, go to Samurai or whatever job it is, and then click on the job that you want, and now you have it. Now, I am going to be up against um, a certain individual here, and ideally, I should absolutely have like some other crap in place to in order to survive this or do better. But we're gonna go in with the, we'll call it the, oh crap, I don't actually have any anima crystals. Oh shoot. Oh darn it. I uh I should have unlocked the side mission that I could have cleared instead of the one that I can't clear. But we're gonna go in here. Um and we're probably going to abuse the first phase to try to get some soul shielding action going on here. Hopefully we don't get completely clobbered. I should have saved that for later. And for the most part, we're going to try to just keep in his face to soul shield him. Ah, crap. See, this is where... Try to build MP for the next round. And we can actually normal attack a body while he's down, as long as he has HP. But we're gonna do Utsemi, we're gonna do Kanashibari, we're gonna do Lightbringer, Lunatic Summon, and then we're gonna pull his hair. No, never mind. We're gonna grab his helmet. We're gonna skip the cutscene. We're gonna do a Garo, and then just start spamming Senshin Stance stuff and hope that he's actually close enough to us. And that is how, again, I went with the fast combo ability because I don't actually have the other good stuff yet. That's not true. I just haven't really looked for it. And, let's see here. Now, before we go into the rift, if we go in at all on this video, because I realize I'm just kind of moving a little fast here, we're going to also fight some bosses. Now, so the next mission, the Wanderer is available. That's how you start things up. That's how you get things serious. And then you got this prologue that's telling you this is what you're supposed to do next. So you're supposed to go into the Wanderer, and that is also another mission that you cannot die. And things like that. But let me... Did I save this? I probably did. So very, very glass cannon type of setup that I'm doing right here. Just to kind of get damage going fast. Doing some fast damage now. I don't see I have the Suimin ability or whatnot, but Garo works, and Magatsakaze is probably better if you have that on your sword or katana, which I do not. But yeah, I have an issue here. So I'm going to try one more thing with the Stymied. Well, could I actually get gear? I'm going to try this. This is probably not going to work in my favor here, but I'm going to try it anyway. Itsemi, Kanashibari. Run really close. Lunatic, Bravery, Summon Tachi. Yeah, it's not enough. So this is where we use uh, the mystical technique of the Fire Mage. What? What did you just say, Ben? Yeah, the Fire Mage. Um, so we're going to use Sage for this next part because I don't feel like going to the Stymied right now. And it would help if I actually got all the stuff. Just spending a bunch of Anima crystals. Whoops. Nine. And then now we have Sage. And I guess we don't have to have it maxed out, but let's just max it out anyway. Get all that extra intellect going. More intellect. And then we're going to temporarily slot Sage here because we're going to do... It doesn't matter which one of those two at this point. Do we have any higher level? Nope, we don't. We got rid of that Marlboro stuff, didn't we? Darn. Oh well. And then we're going to go back into the warrior. And just to make things a little fun, we're going to put the max HP up. We're actually going to hurt our break gauge. We're going to do all this other stuff where we basically get completely destroyed if they end up touching us. But the reason why we have some of these things up is maybe we get slightly better gear drops. And we're probably not going to do this more than like 2 to 3 deaths worth because we're going to die instead of just quit. So the first one's going to be rough. But before you go in, you switch over, if you're using Sage and not like Black Mage or something, you switch over to L3, or left trigger, and just make sure that you're on fire before you get started. And then we're going to do Utsemi still. We're going to run in there, Chaosbringer, Lunatic, Summon Tachi, Bravery, and then start spamming regular fire. And this should go a little faster next time once we have stuff. But at this point, we're probably going to die. We could also just leave the mission, but no, let's leave the mission. We died too many times already. And we'll do that 2 more times just to see if we get some gear out of it. But again, I really screwed up with the Anima Crystal thing, so I'm going to lean into the next DLC thing to cover me on that. So Utsemi, get close enough to start spawning stuff. Lunatic, Summon Tachi, Bravery, fire, 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 fire. You don't actually have to do all the buffs like that. But I am. And then let's see if we can actually equip any higher level gear to make this go faster. So I'm going to switch to a gun because I did see that drop. And then now the hope is that I don't even have to do the, what's the word called here? Pardon me. Just like sniff, right? Or snort into the microphone. Now the hope is that I don't even have to use the other stuff. But I will. Wrong job. I feel like I'm casting slower. And now I had some max MP to spare. But I don't think a Katana dropped, which sucks. But I don't have the patience to keep doing this any more than what I just did. So let's look at our, let's save this job also. And let's go back to our preset, see if we got any better helmet, which I thought we did. So we have a helmet that has Ronin on it. That's nice. We have an artifact that would push our strength even higher, but I'm already somewhat invested in this other piece of crap. And we have boots that give us two different whatever. So we're going to invest in these. Don't have a better katana. We do have a better gun. Um, let's change the effects and go for strength. Let's do some break damage. During Lightbringer, break damage because we're going to be Lightbringer or Chaosbringer or dead. The parry MP recovery would be nice if I actually used the parry. We're going to put parry MP recovery anyway because best practices for this route. We're going to lean heavily on the Ascension stance to cover us. And I think I just saw a disturbing message saying that I'm running out of resources. No? Yes? Maybe so? Okay. Let's see. So, yep, I got enough there. Got some there. Maybe not. Okay, so... Oh, let's lock that gear in. Dismantle. Equipped by Jack. Go over. Make sure all of this crap is locked in for now, even though I don't care as much about the... Oops, shoot. The second job's crap. Stuff. The second job's stuff. But we're going to go into the Wanderer just because I screwed up on the crystals. Before you go into the Wanderer... Oops, I'm sorry. Let me back up here. Before you go into the Wanderer, turn off your trials. Because it would be very painful if you had them still on. Because you still have a fight here. Even though you can't game over, you still have a fight. Oh, pardon me. Another thing, skip this. Skip you. Skip you. Stuff you. What? Stuff you. No, stuff you. Oh yeah? Stuff you. No, I don't think you understand. Stuff you. Okay, so these enemies that are coming up here, I'm going to save the gear. In case you need to level up a job, we have these enemies that are coming up. It'd be nice if I actually had the stuff. I went too crazy with all this other leveling stuff. Shoot. Let's see if we have enough. White Mage, come on. I like to do the Paladin route. Do we have enough? Alright. So, we have these Cactuars coming up here, and I'm going to just try this out as my samurai. And I'm going to try to hit them best as I can. And unfortunately, they're still running around. I screwed up there, but we're going to just do Flee and see what we can do. Let's add Flee to close the gap here. And I'm showing you this is the way to not do it, but we're going to do it anyway. Yeah, take that, you jerk. And we're level 132, now we're 133. And levels are going up. So just a rough example of how this could go. And if you do ever need to, like, let's pull out Paladin for a moment just to drive the point home. So I'm level 1. And I'm going to use Flee. I'm going to use Holy Fang before I get in. And now I'm level 23. So it's just the idea that you could level up your jobs fairly quickly on this, but even more so... Whoops. Oh shoot. Oh no. Um, Also, I got 11 job crests for Paladin and 10 for Ninja. So you could do stuff like this, and as you get into even higher difficulties, like the the final difficulty of the third DLC, this is where you start getting about like we'll call it 30 times more efficient than defeating a boss, um, which is crazy because I don't think the game was supposed to leave these guys in here as respawnable enemies, or the devs, but they just, whatever, they overlooked this. They amended some other things, but they overlooked this one, so, uh, and they're not patching it again, so we have it to get job crests and experience and all this other crap. Anywho, we're going to skip this, and we're gonna go after the enemy here. This jerk. Do you see that, or is my eyes playing tricks on me? Nothing happened. Alright. So, we open this chest, get our 100 Anima crystals to make up for the mistakes we made. 200. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, that chest does not respawn, or rather, if it does come back, it doesn't give you the Anima crystals. Also, the heads up, you cannot open the Arcanium chests in that place there, so that is a lie. Let's just check the leaderboards for giggles to see what it says, and so uh, the first time I checked this when Steam launched, it had a bunch of weird bogus names on here. Hopefully this doesn't actually screw up my real save, but maybe it will. Nope. Okay. Oh shoot! Look, there's a little Neon running around. Oh my shoot! Hey Neon! Hey hey hey! Um, and for the most part, these rifts, once you get an NPC going, you would let's look around for a moment. Let's see if we have any summoner gear here. Do we have any summoner gear? Yep, we do. It's on a greatsword though. Darn. So we don't have any summoner gear, which is unfortunate for us, because that would be how we sustain stuff a little bit better to make this crazier lifestyle work. So keep an eye out for summoner and gambler as we do this. Why is this video so long? Ben, I thought you said it was only going to be 2 hours. Why are we going into this rift? Ben, stop it. You could also use extra mode if you were kind of playing with extra mode. Ben, why are you going in the rift? Oh my gosh. So, Neon went into the rift. Ben told her to. And we're in the Wicked Arbor. These are just like segments of existing missions. And, oh shoot, scary mother effer. Also, we're not designed to take a hit, so this is very dangerous for us. Because normally we'd have probably about a, like, actually we could take a physical hit, maybe two. But the magic hits we are not invested in here, so this is a risk. This is danger. That's an Arcanium chest. I couldn't open it just now, but this is a regular chest, and we do start to open these again for Gil and other crap. Leave me alone. Okay. And I realize I let that metal cactuar get away. But you open these, and I'm like, ready to run. Ready to run. It's gone. Now, I could open that portal, but I think I need more points. I think that's enough points. No? Oh, shoot. Let's regroup. Let's run away, because we are slow. We're solo here. Let's run away. Let's do it with Semi. And then, if one comes out to get us, we're going to F them up. Oh, I did not mean to soul burst them. Utsemi's gone, so we get Utsemi back on. Let's do a regular parry. Let's get a Utsemi back on. That's a big portal. And even though the Gato 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 is probably just not very appetizing or nice to look at, we still do it. For now. Because we just kind of got our butts kicked still by Lich. I'm still not over that. Uh-oh, ranking successful. Am I going to be on floor 1 again? So, you can talk to the vendor here, and just sort of the heads up, you can skip conversations to the next choice point by pressing start or options or whatever the heck that button is. And in this rift, it's telling you that if you hold on... Oh, stop it. It just told me how to switch between my items, so holding on to your left L2 or your left trigger, and then holding left or right there. I forget what it is on the keyboard, but somehow I feel like it's some number between 1 and 4 or 1 and 6 or something like that. But we go around, and ultimately, if you do get beat up too much, you start losing max HP here in the rift, so the high potions are going to be how you counter that. Also in the rift, one of the great things is that item level no longer matters here in terms of a penalty. So now I could fully invest in my katana, except the reason why I'm not is because I still have stuff on the world map that I want to clear. Now, there's these Arcanium chests here that they randomly drop limit releases, and the further up on the rift you go, the less RNG that becomes. It's guaranteed to drop a limit release that you haven't yet unlocked yet up until job level 250. It also will eventually start giving you smithy hammers as you just start going up higher. So just sort of the heads up there that that is another way to get stuff, even though it's very, very, very much RNG based at first, and then eventually it's not a matter of if you'll get the job, it's a matter of when, because you'll just keep you'll keep opening these chests as you progress, and if you're playing past the achievements and story, you are guaranteed to get the job you want eventually, just from the pool of what unlocks you get, the pool decreasing. Also, I'm sorry, backing up a bit, we have the shop here that is very important for Phoenix Downs that lets you kind of keep going, as well as High Ethers that lets you start with more max HP, I'm sorry, MP. So I'm not going to use it just yet, but I'm going to try this this gateway. Actually, no, I hate the Ruins of Machina. So we're going to do a survive, even though survives are pretty dangerous because you can't control how many enemies are showing up. You just have to, like, take them all on. But you also just have to last for a while. So we'll do Utsemi. Let's do a little parry mentality here. Ouch. Let's reapply Utsemi. go for the wind enemy first. Or the projectile enemy first. Swing early just because I want to get that Garo in there. Are there any ranged enemies? Power of Spritz. We didn't do a single parry before this ended. I'm scared. Ranged enemies. Try to go to them first. Harpy's kind of ranged, so let's hit her with a Garo. Oh, okay. Let's do a Kaneshibari. Oh, ow, ow. Again. Okay, we don't get revenge, but they do go away. We got the higher level Tachi. Let's check this next thing out. I'm not gonna beat the game on this. I tell you this, I'm not gonna beat the game. If I was gonna do that, I should have done a regular Twitch stream or YouTube stream. I mostly wanted to showcase this next point, which is, before you go into a blue rift, try to get as many Phoenix Downs as you can, and, and use your high ether before you go in. So here's an example. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to intentionally die, just to show you what's going to happen. In a blue rift, as long as you don't quit the rift, close your game out forcefully, or crash, that you will be able to retry the rift over and over and over again. But if you quit to the title screen, or you abandon the game or whatever, that you would absolutely... Also, let's just see how many hits I can take without... Ow! So you use your Phoenix Downs while you're in the rift here. Your max HP is decreasing. But let's say, okay, I'm drinking my high potion. I only had one. And this guy just looks like he has a lot of crap in his pants. Did anyone tell him? Sorry, I'm a little stubborn here. I am going to hit him once. And so, we're using a last Phoenix down. I have no more potions. I'm sorry, I have a few potions. And this would be like game over. Except that, because it's a null void, you get your Phoenix Downs back, and you start with the max MP you had before you went in here. You also get your items back. So just kind of a heads up, before you go into a null void, stock up on Phoenix Downs, use your high ether, mega ether, and if you don't have enough gil to get that, I would strongly recommend doing other rifts first until you do. So let's do Utsemi, let's do Kaneshibari, let's get serious here. You got a missile or throw? Yeah, that's only one hit, so not very pretty to look at, but he's gone. The other thing here is that the items that he gives you are just lore items. They don't show up in your inventory for you to actually use or wield. So you might see, hey, you just got, and I forget what item it is right here. You just got the Tonbari Muramasa. Like, oh shoot, that sounds amazing. Except that it's a lore item. You don't actually benefit from this. So, just a heads up there. And then, probably most important to our build crap going on, I really should make sure that my registration doesn't completely F me over. Sorry, pressing start, sure, yeah, take it. the most important thing about your build stuff going on here is, that says 4 okay. Ooh, no, never mind. I made a mistake. Is we have the fuse option, and that is super friggin' important. So fuse lets you take pieces of gear. Um, so let's say I have this katana, and I wanted the breaker piece on it. I could then go over to the breaker, click on it, and I get to move over combo abilities if I had enough resources, as well as I get to move over higher rarity effects if I had them. And then if I had enough breaker crests, I could then move that over to this weapon. Also, if I had rat tails, which is kind of a pain in the butt to get at this point. So if you are past floor 21, uh, please look at the Ancient Chaos Shrine Stymied, sorry, Ancient Chaos Shrine Wanderer mannequin material video, and you can do some version of that to get the crafting resources that replace rat tails and crests. But for now, we are in a bit of a bind because we want those rat tails to improve our classes. Now, I am going to the world map for a moment, going back to Bahamut difficulty, and I'm just looking at, pardon me, oh my gosh, I'm going to look at the Western Keep. So my average mission level, my equipment level is good enough to say, hey, I feel comfortable investing in that katana, or maybe I'll just go up to artifact because it has 2 slots, and I'll invest in that, at least for the world map. As long as my average gear level is like 361 or higher, or I think 371, I'm sorry, 371 or higher, that is good enough to get all your unlocks on the world map, and then keep going ahead with the story in the DLC. Man, this is, oh well. We'll say there's info. So we're going to do strength. Still going to go glass cannon-y here with the during Lightbringer break damage dealt, because I'm using Chaosbringer. And then let's say you weren't glass cannon-y, we're going to do it with the parry MP recovery. And I'm going to invest in the strength and upgrade that even more so that they break even faster. Now, unfortunately, I'm out of resources for the rest of this crap, so that kind of sucks. But it's okay. So, let's see here. And then just for giggle butts, I'm going to just filter on my gear and see if there's even remotely any damage dealt katana abilities, which there are not. Let's just see here. Nope, I don't have anything that would have helped in that area. So over time, you'll start to find gear, and you can kind of tell that I just over the course of this video, we've cleared about 2 difficulties, even though I did take a few shortcuts to speed things up. What's going on with my cursor? But yeah. And then just for old time's sake, I'm going to see if I can clear her just to get some crystals. My equipment level is high enough to do this one. And then I am going to switch over to HP and regret that. And then I'm going to take more ailments. I don't want her to deplete my buffs, but let's do that anyway. And so don't actually do this next thing. I'm just trying to do it for Anima crystals, to get even more Anima crystals to help out with some of the expenditure that I had earlier. I should save this for the second round, but let's do this. Okay, and then, yeah, I should have saved that for the second round. So now I'm actually going to have to, like, soul shield my way back up. Whoops. should actually hit her from time to time, right? Like this. Let's do Itsemi. Let's do Kanashibari. Ah, crap. Oh, shoot. Crap. I got too cocky. Okay. So, the first phase, we're going to go and try to just, Oh, that was my issue. I was greedy. I also keep forgetting I could just do a regular parry. Assuming I don't die. Okay. So at least this time I start with more max MP, not that much more. Oops. Oh. Oh, that's what's going on. I have the stupid max HP trials on because I was like, I'm not going to get hit. And then I start getting hit. Um, let's do it, Semi. Oh, shoot. Make up your mind. Stomp? This might not last long enough. But let's do it, Semi. Refresh, Kanashibari. Oops, that's not Kanashibari. Darn it. Okay, got some crystals. And I realize this is, again, not the most glamorous. Like, I'm using Garo instead of Magatsakaze, or as I progress to DLCs, um, there's, I think, like the Murakumo and the um, Heaven's Fall. For some reason, that's one's just in English for some reason. Uh, and yeah, ultimately, I would try to get my limit releases up to 200 before I go any further into the Rift Labyrinth, just to overpower them with even more stats. My goal here is I just want a crap load of stats, and that would be great if I had it. But I am very much a glass cannon here. Doesn't help that I had half my health going on. Um, yeah, I'm sorry. This video could have been more organized, but it is a Let's Play. You trying to justify your incompetence, Ben? Okay, yeah. So this is just a rough idea of how you could use the katana, or we'll say, like, let's say I didn't want to just keep spamming the same thing here, and I wanted something like a little flashier, or I don't know. I still need to do a little bit of, like, soul searching. I would still need to do a little bit of soul shielding to get more MP going, so that it's not just like no MP at all. But let's say that we're doing this without the Chaosbringer. And I'm like, okay. And it kind of looks like this. So it's a little bit slower. And I didn't parry that fast enough. And I don't like trying to parry those whirlwinds. Let's get it. It's semi going. Got hit there. Oops. Get another Utsemi. And it could kind of go like that, but you gotta be more on top of your Frenchen stance. And when you screw up, that you at least have the Utsemi to cover you. Oops, I messed up there. And then when you get pushed away, sometimes you just have to get back in. And if you put too much pressure, then she doesn't get a chance to give you a chance to parry. So we do need to parry every once in a while to get MP going. Oops, messed up there. And that's kind of how it should go if you're not using Chaosbringer, more or less. And we'll say the ninja's there to cover you again if you really slip up on the whatever the word that I'm trying to say here is, the parry. But you can tell from Lich earlier that I'm not the most practiced. You know what? Let's do one Lich thing just as a vengeful thing. Take him out, but gear level, yeah. Let's turn on some trials, make things uncomfortable, not too uncomfortable. Not the gear. Let's do, no, not status ailments, that would suck. Crap. Yeah, there's probably not too many things I actually want to turn on. And we'll call it, this is a revenge for what happened earlier. Yeah, as soon as I see that, I'm gonna get my butt kicked. Do we have any summoner? We have summoner gear! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, do we have any gambler gear? Oh my gosh, we have gambler gear too! Oh my shoot! Oh my shoot! Oh my shoots, dudes. Okay, so the reason why this was important is Summoner lets you, the Summoner job affinity increases your max MP while chain canceling by 40 by default. And then the Gambler, which I don't really have too much luck with at the moment, recovers a random amount of MP when you chain cancel. And we're going to just adjust some points into the ninja's luck stat for now, so that we get more there. And so the ninja gets to throw shurikens for free, and when you press the button to change, I'm sorry, so first you press your job action button, and then you change jobs before the animation finishes. And even though that takes a while, if you're on the world map, you can just kind of do, oh, I'm just going to do Utsemi, and I'm going to just reuse the cubes after I finish. But most importantly here is that I'm starting off the battle with a full amount of MP. And now I could do, whoops, oh shoot. I did not mean to do that. I meant to do Utsumi first. Oh shoot. Oh shoot, I don't have Garo here. Uh-oh. Oh shoot, what's going on? Crap. I'm panicking. Oh crap. Once I did have Garo up, I'm like, oh no! So yeah, let's fix that. We can't get revenge if we're dead. Hi there, we can't get no revenge. Oh, we have swimming. That might work. That might just be like a hey hey hey, because it looks like this. Um, like ah, and you just keep going like that. So let's see how this does right after these messages. Let's do its semis. Just get our way up. The reason why the gambler is important is as you get more luck, it's less random, and you get more MP in case you're co-oping or in the beginning of a rift and you don't have very much, whatever the word that it is I'm trying to say here. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, we have. I think Garo might have been better. But whatever. Let's see if we can finish this dude off before he grabs us. Again, not very fun to look at, but it's a short move that gets the job done. And you take that, you scumbag? Yeah, we got revenge for all of ourselves. Okay, anyhow. I digress. Uh, you would progress the rift, keep trying to get your limit releases, which I did not do in this part of the video, and try to increase your strength. Get ready to parry. If you're doing this without Chaosbringer, consider using Liberator so that you can get the... I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Consider using Liberator 120% so that you have just a little bit more time to parry, along with your job action to help you parry, extend that window even during Ascension stance in order to get that parry going. And then kind of looking and getting ready to fuse all of your gear over. The bosses tend to be maybe not a super great way to get the rat tails at this point, but like I have some treasures that I've gotten. If you really, really, really want to fuse the builds over before you are pushed through with the game, before you get to the next difficulty, consider doing the Rebel and then just kind of really cranking these trials up to really uncomfortable levels. But the ones I still leave alone here would be the command ability MP costs and the I'm sorry, so buff duration, max MP boost and recovery, and command ability MP cost. I'd say leave those alone. And then when you do this mission, you spend about 3 minutes and you get about 10 rat tails worth of dragon treasures. Uh, and the hope is that that might cover you just enough to fuse stuff over, get past the rift, and once you get past the rift, you have the last difficulty, in which case some of my early Lufenia build difficulty videos might help. Or even the endgame ones to kind of give you an idea of what to shoot for. Anywho, I hope that helps, and if you have stuck around this long, I thank you and applaud you, even if you're doing it at times 2 speed. Thanks for watching, and yeah, happy Stranger Things. Oh shoot. Okay, we'll stop this video.